Howdy, folks. Grandma making me some dinner. Jason, what up? Blue, what up? Paul, what up? Grandma jumped my butt, made me eat some dinner. So don't mind me. You guys heard crazy. I need that right out of the can. Rico, what up? See Hill. The Papa Joe Mafia. Might have put that on a t-shirt, man. Remind me of that. If I get you on the phone with Little Joe again. How was the trip? Which trip? Hell, that's what I live for, the trip. Yeah, you like that, Blue? Yeah, what up? Oh, typical day in truck driving. It was going good, then everything went to shit. Stopped to fuel and I wasn't going to eat, and I was talking to Grandma, telling her good night. She threatened to not whoop me no more. I mean, to whoop me. So, all right, I eat a little bit, take my meds. Well, them nights were done back there sounded good. I really ain't hungry. But I like to humor the old woman. Just to make her feel important, you know. If I humor her, maybe she'll keep cooking for me. Turn that down, that off. Leave that window cracked like it is for now. Oh, Papa Joe Mafia. I like that, Paul. You did good for an Arkansas boy. Oh. Alright. You're gonna wait a minute. I'll back up and catch some stuff. Oh, did Carlos sneak in there? Okay. 575 today. That's a good deal. That's right, Arkansas. Oh, it was a rough day toward the end. Fuel card decided not to work. Put in a couple hours dealing with that nonsense, almost 3 hours, and it still didn't work. They had to come me and EFS check the fuel. Took off out there, and now y'all know I'm in somebody else's truck. I stay on top of my stuff pretty well. And this guy's truck ain't been bad. Starts raining, I turn on the wipers, and I'm heading into nowhere land. And this wiper on the driver's side's all jacked up. I stopped and played with it, halfway fixed it. Wasn't nothing I could do, you know. I kept going. I used them as little as possible. So well, I got other stuff back there. Just like I said, none of it even sounded good tonight. You know what I mean? Carlos, what's up? Just did, before you came in. I like old Jerry Clower now. JJ, what's going on? Bobby, what up? I ain't got a clue, JJ. Venom, Mitch. I just made it to our yard. It was like 34 degrees and raining. So who knows what I'll wake up to in the morning. I ain't got a clue. But I pulled over by the shop. I'm parked right up there. If it's too damn cold and messy, I make a dash for the shop. Oh, goodness. Oh. Now, I forget, I think my count was 2519 now, I think. It slowed down here for a day or two. Maybe we'll get a few more. Carlos. Did you see Paul's post from earlier? Papa Joe's Mafia. I like that. PJM, somebody else called it. And I was jumping Little Joe's butt today by getting that troll shirt up, but I forgot to go look before I got on. So somebody go look for me, see if that troll shirt got put up. Part's about to aggravate me. I'm fixing to have to go daddy on it. I'm going to have to play the daddy card. Leftover pasta, Venom. All right, Kel, good night. Migo, what's up? Yeah, right, Mitch. Hell, who you drive for, James? Yeah? Huh. Well, you're too damn little of a fella for them to have put you on pee pills. If that swelling's due to water down there, damn pee pills, you little bitty drink of water as it is. Of course, I have swollen feet issues as well. I'm like you. I sleep with my feet propped up. I don't know if you do every night. I do. Doc says that it really don't help. And I said, well, hell, after all these years, I'm kind of used to it now. One doctor tells you do it, and the other one tells you don't do no good. I done got used to it. I got 3 old pillows in here I put my feet on, and 2 at the house I put my feet up on. If I ain't got my feet up overnight now, it don't feel right. New microwave, huh? Oh, Carlos tried to use that daddy card on my boy. He probably wouldn't like the results. That boy kind of partial to his daddy for some reason. Railroader, what's up? Well, JJ, is your outflow fine? You know, I know you don't measure it, but you ought to have a clue on if your outflow is as good as your intake. Josh, what's up? Ah, is that what it is, Mitch? Well, then how come you ain't got me more Canadian subscribers? Where's all your trucking buddies and stuff? Why ain't they subscribed to my channel then? And I don't have an accent. You listen funny. Alright, I'm going to play the daddy card on that boy. No, I ain't got my truck back yet. Trash hauler, what's up? I don't say nothing and I don't know nothing. I don't say nothing and I don't tell about it. Dorso, what's up? Oh, well, I can't help it. That's that chick magnet thing. Well, when we lost our boy Nathan, my youngest son and Little Joe's little brother, they was tight. They was tight brothers. That tore Little Joe up too. He had his own to deal with. And that brought me and him a lot closer together. It really did. Then when I started my downward spiral because I lost so many people so quick, he was worried about losing Daddy, and that's what got this started. So yeah, he's turned into a daddy's boy as an adult. And I'm good with that. I called and harassed him today a little bit. So oh yeah, Mitch. I used to have fun going up there to Canada. I went out in the Midwest there and went far up north. Places like that. Yeah. Some of you are a little thicker than others, but y'all can be as bad as them boys from Louisiana. You gotta kind of cock your head sideways and try to understand it. I don't know why everybody can't talk like me. The t-shirt for God Loves You is up though, right, Paul? God loves you and so So do I. I think he did get that one up. The other one's been made. I don't know why little part ain't just put it over there. I told him I got some people waiting on it. I'm one of them. I want one. I ain't gonna tell you what they look like, but I thought that was pretty cool. And now I'm gonna have to get him started on that Papa Joe Mafia. I like that. I ain't got a clue what we can come up with for the picture he'll put on there. Don't mind me, I was sitting here thinking that could be dangerous. You got a southern twang. They don't call it a southern talk, it's a southern twang. Especially if you're from around Texas. And the gangster hat. I don't know if I got a gangster hat. I got my old straw hat I like wearing. Now I have to come up with something. And actually that's what I was thinking was some kind of picture of me and then surrounding it with the Papa Joe Mafia. Wish I had a little mustard. I like mustard with my corned beef hash. That old wind's starting to blow. Paperwork's all done. Dropped the trailer over there. I did not look to see what the temperature was supposed to be tonight. Got a lot of reactions to that video I made last night. Says it's 36, supposed to get down to 23. And drizzle. Tomorrow a high of 37, that ain't good. Oh, it's probably me, JJ. I'm up here in the yard. Frank, what's up? Hash can? Uh-huh. Okay, there is the God loves you did get put up. Okay, JJ. You tell him, Bobby. His doctor needs to check out his meds, don't he? That boy be hallucinating and stuff. And I've seen him. He ain't pretty. I hated having to sit there by him and do that live stream with him and everybody compare him to me. And it had to hurt his feelings. Yeah, I don't see my truck on the yard. I didn't look in the shop, but if it just came back from the shop, it shouldn't be in the yard. Or it shouldn't be in the shop if it just got back from Peterbilt. However, I did ask them to have it detailed. I don't know if that rests the right ears or not. So he could be in there waiting on the detail guy in the morning. I don't know. Exactly, Bobby. Oh, I got a little, what is it, Cobra 19 or Cobra 29, I forget. I don't ever run it. I got it in my truck. It's still in my truck. I didn't pull it out of there. Such a cheap piece of junk. I didn't care if I got it back or not. That night I moved out of it down there at the Lumpkin Peterbilt place. We done sat around there all day. Me and Grandma was ready to go. Is that what it is, JJ? Because you're not here to bust his chops, Carlos, so somebody got to bust JJ's chops. If you want to start picking on him, we'll leave him alone for a minute. No, we won't. But you'd still pick on him. No, most of it don't, since it's a bunch of garbage out there, Mark. Look at there, Paul's deleting Carlos's messages. Carlos, you better behave. He put somebody in a timeout the other night. You could go on a timeout. Get him, Paul. Get him, Paul. Talked to Paul today. He cooked up that meal last night, said him and Mama ate until they hurt. Don't know why they did that, but he said they hurt. Well, it might have been JJ that deleted his message. JJ, you harassing Carlos after he come to your rescue? Oh, that's all right, JJ. I don't either, man. His business been rocking, dude. Then he's got kids and sports and stuff. He's just been hammering it, he told me, ever since New Year's. We talked for just a couple minutes yesterday. Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah, I like a touch of Tabasco on some of my stuff. I don't get it super hot by no means. I'm not Mexican. But, you know, I do like just a touch for the flavoring. I like the taste of Tabasco. That's why in my orange chicken, I put a touch of Tabasco in it. And I was telling Paul, ain't no need telling Carlos, he eats hot sauce on hot sauce. But for the rest of y'all, if you eat biscuits and gravy, if you put you a few splashes of Tabasco on there, you'd be surprised how much that improves your biscuits and gravy, especially if it came out of a truck stop. Every blue moon, I'll put some Tabasco on my eggs. I have them over medium with the yellows running. I'll pop that yeller and put a couple splashes on each egg. I ain't done that one in a while. Grandma won't let me have biscuits and gravy. I might surprise her this weekend if she stays in the living room and makes me cook breakfast. I might fix biscuits and gravy. Might have some corned beef hash, some eggs, and biscuits and gravy. I'm liking that idea. NB, what's up? Let's see, you're in Philly? Yeah, Philly ain't the most truck-friendly town. I'm sitting at the yard. They didn't tell me what I was doing, and I got a case of the red ass and didn't call asking. Told Grandma it's his job to inform me what I'm doing, not me calling bug him. He knew he had me coming to the yard. Here I is. But I'm figuring that they're going to be doing something about this guy getting his truck back. So what are they going to do with me? Is my truck ready, or are they going to put me in another truck? What are they going to do? And my dispatcher, he just won't be motivated enough to go and inquire, what are you doing with my driver? He's too scared. And I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to start asking and all that. They probably wouldn't have liked how I asked. So, well, that whole fuel card deal, that threw me over 3 hours behind my schedule. I figured I'd get here between 6 and 6:30, and I got here damn near 9:30. That was aggravating. It's part of trucking, you know, so it ain't like I was all bent out of shape. It's a computer world we live in. Fuel cards get jacked up once in a while. I understand that, but it's still aggravating. Cost you 3 hours, yeah, that's aggravating. And by then, I wasn't in the frame of mind for them to talk to me, whether they knew it or not. Oh, he did, JJ. I was just busting his chops. Yeah, see, he thought better. He knew I'd bust his chops. Frank's hot sauce? Is that the one that said I put that shit on everything? No, actually, back when I was a rookie in the early 90s, I crossed over up there by Detroit. That's about as far east as I went. I went up there to that Ford plant, which was just basically right across the border. And other than that, I ran the Midwest. I didn't even really want to go to the West out there. There was one place about 100 miles across the border we'd go to out there. Them folks was okay. I just didn't like going out there. Scale House that didn't like my big truck. Y'all's East Coast and West Coast is not very American truck friendly. East Coast, they wanted us to slow them all down. We'd have to stop, put them on a computer and slow them down to what, 62 or something. Then out on the West Coast, they thought my W9 had too long a frame. Midwest, they left me alone. Bobby, if you haven't used that much, a half a bottle or more, you need to get hotter sauce then. I ain't got a clue, JJ. I don't know if he's on vacation, sick leave, I don't know. They didn't tell me all that. They just said, put your stuff in that truck. You're driving it for a couple of days. Luckily, he is a smoker. Well, now, if you're seeing them stuck on the hidden bridges and stuff, the 48s and 45s ain't really no shorter. They're all the same height. They're just longer than others. And some of that hidden bridges, and well, all of that hidden bridges and stuff, I'm sorry, that's driver error. And I've made some turns where it was, oh my goodness. But at one point, do you say, stop, I'm fixing to screw up? You don't hit a bridge, whether it's on top or on the side. That's just inexperienced drivers that are not getting trained and they're not paying attention. Josh, what's up? Yep, I sure was, Carlos. Welcome back, Zach. Huh. Well, that ain't good. Especially if they ain't got a hose to air it back up. All right, Mitch. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Say a command.
Shut up. How's that for a command? I ain't gonna be on here too terribly long, folks. I'm tired, old man. Surprised Brandon ain't jumped on here. Well, good. A lot of them school buses and tour buses need to be checked up. And remember, that's our future riding on them buses. I'll mess around and get this 8 yet. Then Grandma can't yell at me. Imagine a little splash of hot sauce wouldn't hurt this either. Oh. Well, good luck with that, JJ. It's under sexy old woman. Oh. You don't want to call her right now anyway. Her and her puppy dog went to bed. Wind started to pick up pretty good here. Wonder if there's another front supposed to be blowing through. I ain't even took time to watch the weather. Didn't care, it was pretty where I was. It ain't pretty where I'm at now though. All right, Josh, good night. Better be careful, Carlos. Hell, she mean after she been woke up. She mean a damn rattlesnake out on the desert floor. Oh, Lordy. $10:15 already? And I'm thinking about bed. Well, Joe, first you gotta learn to say howdy coming in. So, howdy. Go back into the playlist. Want to be a trucker. I got videos up on paper logs. They're really not that hard. They're boy, that got a little sleet in it. You got 4 lines. You got the off-duty. It's on top. Sleeper berth, that's the second one. Drive line's your third one, and your bottom one is your on-duty not driving. need to have to turn that off. Now I got stuff back here. They're all pretty much self-explanatory. The thing you're going to have to watch, is the paper log works off 15 minutes. And a lot of people mess up with their 15-minute part. I don't know why, but some people do. Turn that back on. When you do your pre-trip of a morning, go down to your on duty for 15 minutes. If you're fueling, you go down to your on duty for 15 minutes. Now, I don't know if your company requires you to go on duty for dock duties and stuff or not. I do it. If you're not on your drive line or on your on duty not working, you should be off duty. You want to stay off duty as much as possible. DOT tells you to do it like you run it. So if you've been in bed, you go to bed tonight, go into sleeper. You get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you go inside, comb your teeth and brush your hair and all that. Then you go to the off duty as soon as you get up. So you go from the sleeper, go up to off duty. Let's say it takes you 45 minutes. You got up at 7, you went off duty. Go over to 7:45, and now you go down to on duty. You show 15 minutes on duty. That's when you do your pre-trip. Pump your tires, check your lights. Now you go to the drive line. Drive until noon. Stop and take your 30-minute break or whatever you're going to do. You go to the appropriate line. If you're going to take your 30-minute break, you go off duty. If you got to a receiver or something, or you go fuel, go to on duty for 15 minutes. Whenever you're done the fueling or you get checked in at your receiver, you go back up to off duty. Or you go on to driving. There's a couple of videos about it. It's really not hard. So it's kind of like people learning to drive this big truck. They get intimidated because of the size and all that. It's the same thing with the paper log. You just get intimidated. Don't let it intimidate you. What up, William? Yeah, that's what I was hearing. People did get tickets for driving during the shutdown. They was telling about it 2 or 3 days before they shut her down. And yet truck drivers had to do it. No, we ain't gonna make it to no 1 o'clock. We might make it to an hour. They was not letting trucks on the Pennsylvania roads. What was it, noon Saturday to noon Sunday or something like that? Because that big storm was coming in, no commercial vehicles. Self-containment, and Carlos is an oxymoron. He can't do it. He sees a taco truck and he just goes nuts and buys everybody tacos. Well, it wasn't just Pennsylvania from what I heard, William. Howdy, Plum. No, that's all the electronics in here, dude. Anymore, whenever you turn the key onto a truck, and I got to turn the key on and put the window up, it automatically starts testing all the computer shit. It's very annoying, but it does it. Oh yeah, I know. Envy, that's been an issue in a lot of cities for a long time. One of the worst, and I ain't been there in a long time, was Boston, Beantown. Because there wasn't no street signs for years. Did they ever get street signs back up in Boston? I don't know why, but they didn't have street signs for nothing. It was crazy. I ran the Christmas mail one year and we'd have to go to Boston. They would give us a map leaving the mail place over there. And you literally had to count the streets. And that's very easy to lose count of your streets when you're trying to watch idiots. Luckily, we was doing this stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning and the majority of idiots were at home in bed. But we still had our share. William, where do you get info when starting a drive? What do you mean? Before you take off on your trip? It's called a Rand McNally. It's also called a telephone. You use your Rand McNally to map you into the area you want to go, and then you call the receiver, whoever you're going to, shipper or receiver, and say, how do I find you in town? What's the best truck route? And hope you don't get some person that does good to find their bathroom in their own house, much less work. And I'm serious there. Many times we have called places and you wonder how the people ever got to work. They couldn't tell you left from right. Not a problem, Joe. Go check out the videos, dude. All right, Carlos, appreciate you stopping in for a minute. Well, it's my understanding, William, it's supposed to be nationwide. I shared a post on the Simple Living Facebook page. So go to my Facebook page and 2 or 3 days ago, you'll have to scroll back. I did a lot of posting today. But yeah, it's been all over the internet. You can go to almost any trucker group and see where they're advertising. They got to come up with some better plans before I join in on it. You know, you can't just tell me we're shutting down. I covered this the other night. William, you've been driving long enough. First, they got to tell me who's going to be our spokesman. And then they have to tell me what we're shutting down for. If it's some of the typical stuff that won't get fixed, you know, like the emissions, you know, the DEF stuff, they're not going to do away with that. One person was hollering about the ELDs. They're not going to do away with ELDs. This is not reasonable stuff. So give me a demand list of what you're wanting us to shut down for. What is this shutdown going to do for the driver? And who's going to be our spokesperson? Yeah, once in a while. Is that the one with, what's his name out of Dallas? Can't think of his name. What up, Angel? Howdy. Don't recollect seeing you in here before. Well, thank you there, Billy. That was cool. And I don't know when my 10 hours is going to be up. I ain't real worried about it. It'll be up before the yard's open. So, Damien, what up? Yeah, Richard Rollins. Yeah, he don't have a whole lot of them. I watched the one he just did out in Sturgis. He did that one a week or so back, and I watched it. Well, who you with, Angel? And just shutting down doesn't do anything for us. You know, me and Carlos was talking about it. Last summer they had that big shutdown in California. They didn't have no spokesperson or nothing. All they did was block up the interstate and created a lot of hate and anger towards truck drivers because it was not planned out. They had 100 or so truck drivers that blocked up a bunch of roads. Oh, wow. What did that do for us? It's the same thing with this deal. If there's not a good plan, I'm not going to partake in it. If they come up with a decent plan, but being a bunch of truck drivers, they won't be able to agree on nothing. Good night, Paul. All right, man. Love you too. Truckin', what up? Yes, it does have to do with logs. It just means that you're moving the truck for the driver's convenience, for personal reasons, so to speak, which there's a lot of people that are abusing that, including the companies. What they're doing to abuse it, let's say you're delivering at Walmart. Walmart's notorious for keeping you 4, 5, 6 hours. Let's say you get to Walmart, you got 3 hours left on your 14-hour clock. They keep you 4 hours, so now you're out of hours. And you're legally not supposed to move. A lot of the companies don't know what to do with it, so now they're telling drivers use personal conveyance to go to a safe haven, to a truck stop. That's wrong. That's not what personal conveyance is for. Oh, it's snowing here in Oklahoma. Damn it. Myself, I've done told them I'm not going to do that. That's wrong, period. So if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to do it in a way that will help bring a light. Simply meaning if I'm at that Walmart and I run out of hours, I'm going to go to the drive line where you're supposed to be. And I'm going to make a notation, and you can make notes on your log, your ELD. And I was at Walmart. They kept me X amount of hours. I was out of hours. Would not allow me to stay, was forced to leave out of hours. Went to safe haven. Guarantee you that office up there ain't gonna like it. Personal conveyance says that if I'm here at this yard and I want to go to shopping at the Walmart down here, I can go on personal conveyance with this and drive to Walmart and shop and come back here. That's the whole thing, is you're supposed to come back here. So if you're leaving Walmart and going to a truck stop, and then from that truck stop you're going yonder and not back to Walmart, I don't think they're going to like that. So if you're going to be wrong, I want to be wrong the right way. But now that's just me. I've been called a butthole before. I'll be glad when this is gone. I just dropped some all over me. Yep, look at it snow. What a deal. And here in a little bit, I'll fire this truck up and roll it back and forth a time or two. Make sure my brakes ain't froze up. They shouldn't be. But I want to make sure. Nope, that's not true, Envy. Exactly, Angel. Brandon, howdy. Yep. But right now I'm a bobtail. I dropped my trailer over here. I'm on our yard. And somebody else would come take my trailer and deliver it in the morning. So I dropped it over there. So I'm a bobtail sitting here. But yeah, when I don't set my trailer brakes. Yeah, I don't set my trailer brakes. Yeah, William, I heard about that. Yeah, it's not good. I've seen 2 or 3 different newscasts about it. And the people that, the IRS people and the tax fix them up people that told about it, hopefully this will shine a light on it, because they was showing where IRS didn't care, just giving billions, literally billions of dollars to illegals. They're claiming 10 and 20 damn kids apiece, and the kids live in Mexico. Yeah. What happened to the everybody was supposed to have Social Security numbers? There's a whole lot wrong with that picture. See, and that's the thing that bites my butt. I was talking to Brandon today, and we're talking about that video I did on the little fish in a big pond. And I was telling him I try to teach y'all from my experience. And I screwed up working on a 1099 and didn't file my taxes. And the government did come wanting to talk to me, IRS did. And they was not very pleasant at all. And here they are hounding me for what's chump change compared to the money that they're giving to Mexican people that are here illegal and learn how to work the system. Or old Al Sharpton holding all the money that he owes, and he just prancing in and out of the White House there for a while. You know, all this is blatantly in their face. Big bucks. But they want to come after us little fish. What's wrong with this picture? Well, we ain't got no political pull. We don't have any special party that's wanting to take care of us so that we'll vote for them. We ain't nothing but an ATM. That's all the working class is here in America anymore. We're nothing but ATM. And if you would stop and figure out how many taxes you're actually paying a year, or how much, stop and add up all the taxes you're paying. It's ridiculous. Not only your taxes in your paycheck, you're paying taxes at the grocery store. Look at your phone bill. You got some weird taxes on your phone bill. You know, property taxes, school taxes. You add all them taxes up, and that's why they don't want to go with that fair tax. If they went with a fair tax, then everybody would see how much you're really paying. If you added it all up, I promise you, you're paying a minimum of 50% of your earned money is going out in taxes. It's a fact. Do your own math. All right, William, you got me started. See how you are? Yeah. And you don't want to get me started on the Social Security. They've been robbing from that forever and not paying back into it. And now they want to call it a benefit? No. If I've been paying into it, that's rightfully my money that you promised you would take care of and make it grow until I reach a certain age. Now you keep changing that certain age, moving it up, hoping that I die before I can collect it so that you can keep robbing it and giving it to other people that didn't work for it. Yeah. We're really getting shafted, people. That's like the damn Democrats right now with this government shutdown. And then the media and a bunch of idiots are trying to blame Trump for it. I got news for you. The government shutdown ain't Trump's fault. Period. It is the House's job to work on the budget of the United States and come up with a plan. It's their job. And it's their job to work with the president right now and reopen the government. But Nancy ain't wanting to do that. Somebody didn't like me calling her poo-poo face. Tough shit. So Nancy Poo-Poo and Chuck the Shyster, they want to keep the government shut down, hoping that the Americans will get mad at Trump over it. There's some of us that are smart enough to know that it ain't Trump's fault that it's shut down. The $5 billion that he's asking for a fence is chump change. with the money our government wastes, $5 billion is chump change. And she won't even talk to him about it, won't even read his proposal. He just offered to give them all kinds of stuff that they've been asking for, and they still don't want to even read it, consider it, and reopen the government. Well, how come? Because they want to keep it shut down and hope that the average American will get mad and blame Trump and then vote Democratic. No, some of us can see through it. Don't get me started on politics tonight, people. No, you can be off duty, but not off the clock. Once your 14-hour clock starts, it runs for 14 hours. At the end of 14 hours, you're done. But just because that's the complaint a lot of people have, is that we cannot stop that clock. If you get to a receiver or shipper, and you've done burn up 6 of your 14 hours, so now you got 8 hours left, and you're there for 5 hours, you only got 3 hours left to do anything. That time you're at that shipper and receiver, that comes off of your 14 hours. Once your clock starts, it started. Which is why, like this morning, I sat around until damn near 10 o'clock. Didn't want to start that computerized clock. JJ, our government has wasted so much money. That $5 billion that they keep saying can go to help the veterans or can go here or go there, why haven't they already came up with their $5 billion to do that? Right now, the $5 billion needs to go down there on the wall and stop the illegals from coming in. The money that we can save from not financing these illegals that come over here and get on our welfare system and everything else, and they ship what money they do make, they ship back to Mexico. So they come here, live off of welfare, get a job under the table, and send their money back to Mexico. The money we can save off of food stamps, housing, and everything else that they come over here and steal. And yes, they're stealing it because they're not a legal alien with a right to it. They're here illegally, so they're stealing something, and our government is stupid enough to allow them to do it. We can save back that $5 billion just to not having hospital cost, emergency room cost, welfare. We can save that $5 billion back that quick. So yeah, I want to walk. Stop the illegals from coming over. It'll stop most of them. It won't stop all of them, but stop them from coming over. Or at least make it a hell of a lot harder so that only a certain few will come over. The wall is a good thing. All right, Philly, good night. I'm fixing to get off here my own self. No. All right, folks. I'm about done with this cigarette. I'm going to call it a night myself. Y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Thanks for coming in and visiting. Y'all have a fine day.